The Hill of Heavy Wind. A story about main character energy. Let's be real. Most of us are experts at taking the long way just to avoid a minor inconvenience. We see a challenge, and our immediate reaction is to leave it unread and hope it goes away. In this kingdom, everyone was stuck in a loop of playing it safe, terrified of a little turbulence. But as the legend of Willa shows, you can't level up if you're always dodging the boss fights. Sometimes, the thing you're avoiding is actually the tutorial you need to win the game. Once upon a time, between two high hills, there was a small kingdom. On one hill, people grew grapes and olives, a lush and peaceful landscape. On the other hill, the wind was so strong that no one wished to climb it. People called it the Hill of Heavy Wind. There was only one road between the kingdom and the sea. That road went around the quiet hill. It was long but safe. To reach the sea faster, people would have to go over the Hill of Heavy Wind. But no one did. They said, "The wind will push you down. You will lose your goods. You will fall and die." So they walked the long way. The old queen watched this and grew troubled. "My people avoid hard things," she thought. "They do not see how strong they truly are." One morning, she called her daughters, her knights, and the people of the kingdom to her hall. "You all know the Hill of Heavy Wind," the queen said. "We walk around it instead of over it. Today, I will place our flag at the top. Whoever brings it back before sunset will win gold, land, and my trust." The oldest princess stepped forward first. She was strong, proud, and sure of victory. The second princess smiled calmly. She trusted her cleverness more than her hands. The youngest princess stood behind them, quiet and unsure. Near the doorway stood Willa, a thin, stable girl with rough hands and simple shoes. She came only to listen, not to compete. But something in the queen's words stirred her heart. The gates opened. The trial began. The oldest princess reached the foot of the hill wearing heavy armor and a bright cloak. At the first bend, the wind caught her like a giant hand. Her cloak became a sail. She stumbled, cursed, tried again, and finally turned back. "This wind is madness," she said. "Mother asks for the impossible." The second princess stopped even earlier. She looked at the rocks, the sky, and the dust. "There must be a smarter way," she said. "I will draw a plan for a tunnel. Today, I climb nothing." She returned to the castle to work on maps. Two knights made an attempt together. They lifted their shields and pushed forward, but the wind broke their formation again and again. Soon they also returned, breathless and defeated. The sun rose higher. People watched the empty hillside and shook their heads. No one had reached even the middle. Willa stood in the crowd, her heart beating fast. She whispered to the queen, "Your Majesty, may a stable girl try?" The whole grew quiet. Some women began to smile in a cruel way. "A stable girl? She will fly like a feather," someone whispered. But the queen looked into Willa's eyes. She saw fear there, but she also saw a small flame. "Yes," the queen said. "Go." The hill does not care if you are a princess or a stable girl. Willa bowed and walked alone toward the slope. The first gust nearly pushed her off her feet. Her eyes watered. Her legs shook. Fear clung to her like cold hands. She remembered all the days she took the long road around the hill, returning home late and tired. "Maybe I'm tired," she thought, "because I always avoid the hard way." She tightened her cloak close around her body. She tied a rope around her waist and fastened the other end to a heavy stone at the first turn. "If I fall," she thought, "I will not fall far. I will stand again." Step by step, she climbed. She leaned into the wind when it pressed against her. She shielded herself when it struck from the side. And when a rare gust pushed from behind, she let it help her a little. She learned the wind as she moved. She did not fight it with anger. She adjusted, she listened. Sometimes she slipped onto her hands. Sometimes she fell to her knees. Her breath grew harsh, but each time she rose again. From below, people watched the small figure climbing. No armor, no shield, just steady steps. The youngest princess watched too, feeling something she could not name. Willa reached the middle of the hill where the wind was wild. It pulled at her hair and stole her breath. For a moment, she wanted to stop. She looked down at the long road below the path. People walked every day, year after year. never changing, she whispered. I did not come this far to turn back. At last, she reached the top. The flag stood in a crack between the rocks, shaken in the wind. Willa lay flat, pulled herself forward, and grabbed it. Her hands trembled, but she held it close. She did not celebrate. She simply breathed, then began to descent. Now, the wind felt different. She understood its rhythm. When she reached the foot of the hill, the crowd fell silent. Then, cheers rose like a wave. The queen stepped forward with her daughters. She took the flag from Willa and placed a hand on a shoulder. Today, the queen said, a stable girl climbed what princesses and knights would not face. You did not wait for the wind to call. You did not look for an easier path. You walked toward the hill. The oldest princess looked away. The second princess folded her map. Tell us, the queen said gently. What did you learn up there? Willa answered quietly. At the bottom, the wind felt too strong. But the more I climbed, the more I learned how it moved. The hill did not change. The wind did not change. I changed. The queen nodded. Remember this. Obstacles do not come to stop us. They come to train us. If we run from them, we remain small. If we face them, we grow stronger than we were. No cap, we all have a hill of heavy wind in our lives. Maybe it's that project you're procrastinating on, a conversation you're scared to have, or just the fear of looking like a clown while you try something new. But here's the tea. The wind isn't actually your enemy. It's just resistance. And resistance is what builds muscle. You can keep taking the long, boring road if you want. But the view from the top is only for those who are brave enough to stop waiting for the right time and just start climbing. Be a Willa. Change the narrative.